3. Ellie and the Stuck Tortoise. The sun shone brightly over the savannah, its golden rays reflecting off the gentle ripples of the river. Ellie, the kind-hearted elephant, was enjoying a peaceful afternoon, splashing in the cool water. The birds chirped in the trees, and the wind rustled through the tall grass, making it a perfect day for play. As Ellie waded through the shallow river, she noticed a group of monkeys laughing and swinging from the trees. She lifted her trunk and playfully sprayed a mist of water into the air, creating a small rainbow. The monkeys cheered, clapping their hands before continuing their mischief. But just as Ellie was about to rejoin her friends, a faint sound reached her ears. A soft, desperate cry. Ellie's large ears perked up, and she turned toward the sound. It was coming from the riverbank, near a cluster of rocks. Curious and concerned, she carefully stepped out of the water, her heavy footsteps thudding against the soft earth. As she approached, she saw something that made her heart sink. An old tortoise flipped onto its back, struggling to move. The struggle of the tortoise. The tortoise's wrinkled legs waved helplessly in the air, his shell rocking slightly but unable to roll back over. His eyes, wise and filled with years of experience, held a look of frustration. Ellie knelt beside him, her trunk reaching out gently. "Oh dear, are you all right?" she asked softly. The tortoise sighed. "I was trying to cross the river when a strong gust of wind pushed me over. Now, I can't get up." Ellie looked around. The ground was uneven, and it seemed like the tortoise had lost his balance while making his way down from a small hill. She knew tortoises were slow, but being stuck like this made her realize just how vulnerable he was. "Don't worry, I'll help you," Ellie reassured him with a warm smile. The tortoise chuckled. "You are very kind, young elephant, but I must warn you, I am not as light as a feather." Ellie giggled. "I am quite strong, you know. Hold on tight." A gentle rescue. Ellie curled her trunk around the tortoise's shell, being careful not to squeeze too hard. With a steady lift and a slow, gentle roll, she flipped him right side up. The tortoise landed on his feet with a small thud, blinking in surprise. He took a deep breath and stretched his legs. That feels much better. He sighed in relief. Ellie beamed with joy. "See, that wasn't so hard." The tortoise turned to her, eyes full of gratitude. "Many animals would have walked past, thinking I was too small or too slow to worry about, but you stopped to help. That is a rare and beautiful thing." Ellie tilted her head. "Of course I stopped. Everyone deserves help when they need it." The tortoise nodded. "That is the wisdom of kindness, dear Ellie. Just as an elephant is strong, a tortoise is patient. And patience, my dear, is a great teacher. Lessons by the river." Curious, Ellie sat down beside the tortoise, watching as he slowly began his journey toward the water again. "What do you mean, patience is a teacher?" she asked. The tortoise smiled. "In my many years, I have learned that rushing through life makes one miss the small wonders, the way the river sings as it flows, the way the trees dance with the wind, or the joy in lending a helping hand. Many animals hurry, wanting to be the fastest or the first, but they forget to enjoy the journey." Ellie thought about the monkeys, always jumping from one branch to another. They were full of energy, but they rarely stopped to notice the beauty around them. The tortoise continued. "You are young, Ellie, but you already know the importance of helping others. That, too, requires patience. Sometimes, kindness is not about strength, it is about waiting, listening, and understanding what others need." Ellie nodded, feeling a deep warmth in her heart. She had always thought of herself as strong, but today she learned that strength and patience together make kindness even more powerful. A grateful goodbye. With great effort, the tortoise finally reached the river's edge. He sighed happily as the cool water touched his feet. Nothing feels better than reaching your destination, especially with a friend by your side. Ellie grinned. "I'm glad I could help. But next time, maybe don't walk so close to the edge of the hill," she teased. The tortoise laughed. "A fair point. I shall be more careful. But if I ever get stuck again, I know there's a kind elephant willing to lend a trunk." Ellie watched as the tortoise waded into the water, swimming peacefully. She felt a sense of fulfillment not because she had helped someone,